tougher law for sexual offences in BNS 2023. Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita 2023 has introduced a new chapter on offences against women and child. Replacing this in the early part of the statute, the chapter 5 signifies the importance given to tackling the crime against women and children. Introduction of this provision of electronic first information report EFIR will aid in swift reporting of such heinous offences requiring immediate attention. All section of POCSO will involve in rape is committed on the minor. In consequences, in consensual rape cases that exist, age limit has been raised from 15 to 18. Provision in new criminal law concerns sexual offences. New provision section 69 sexual intercourse by employing deceitful means, etc. Definition of deceitful means. A deceitful means including inducement, false promise of employment, false promise of promotions, false promise of marriage, or and marrying by um, suppressing identity. The provision aims to address the incidents where sexual intercourse occurs based on the false promises or inducement. Penalties face offenders can face imprisonment up to 10 years. Fine may be imposed as an additional punitive measure. New section of Section 17 gang rape, removal of age-based parameters. The law now treats all cases of gang rape with equal severity irrespective of the victim's age. Death sentence was provided under Section 375 DB of IPC for a gang rape of a woman under 17 years of age. No death penalty was provided for a gang rape of woman below 16 years, but above 12 years in Section 370 A. And Section 70, subsection 2 of BNS, Bharatiya Nya Sankita provided death penalty for gang rape of a woman under 18 years of age. It renumbers existing rape provisions and harmonizing the treatment of gang rape of minor women with POSCO, POCSO. Stringent punishment. Offenders can face life imprisonment and even the death penalty for gang rape. The rationale behind such stringent penalty is emphasizing gravity of the crime and need for strong deterrent. Just and reasonable fines. Any fines imposed are directed towards victim rehabilitation and medical expenses. Fines are intended to severe and just and reasonable purpose aligned with the victim-centric principle. New provision section 82 IPC 497, which is marrying again during lifetime of husband or wife. Marrying again during spouse lifetime is considered as offense. Exception exists for cases where a previous marriage has been declared void or in a situation of absence for a space of or in a situation of absence for a space of 7 years. Penalties. Offenders may face imprisonment up to 7 years and also fine in the case of deliberate concealment of offense from the person with whom the subsequent marrying is contracted. Punishment is imprisonment up to 10 years and fine. Those penalties are in place and to discourage bigamy and withhold the situation. Discourage bigamy and withhold the sanity of marital relationship. New provision section 90 for hiring, employee, engaging child to commit an offense. Act of hiring, employing, engaging child for various criminal activities covered in the section. This provision extends to the activities such as sexual exploitation or pornography, or emphasizing its broad application. Penalties. Imprisonment has for not less than 3 years, extendable to 10 years, and fines. The severity of punishment is to discourage individual and a group from involving children in criminal activities. Additionally, important changes. Apart from the above new changes of BNS compared to IPC, there are few important changes in the provision which has made the punishment stringent and made gender neutral. Section 64(1) punishes punishes a rape accused with 10 years to life imprisonment. And Section 64(2) punishes aggravated form of rape for 10 years to life imprisonment for the remaining or remainder of the person's natural life. Another significant changes in that the age of concern for the married women under the definition of rape, section 63 BNS and section 375 IPC has been increased from 15 to 18 years. The exception to of yes 375 IPC provided sexual intercourse between man and his own wife or not, and his own wife not being under the age of 15 is not right. So section between the sexual intercourse between a man and its own wife, and wife not being under the age of 15 is not rape. Section 63 of BNS train the marital rape exception. Section 75 BNS. The section defines offenses of sexual harassment commitment by a man, which includes physical contact with unwelcome and explicit sexual overtures and demanding sexual favors, showing pornographic against the woman's will and making sexual colored remarks. These punishments are committed with offences varies with imprisonment up to 3 years, fines and both. Section 77 BNS. A section deals with the act of watching, capturing, capturing, and disseminating private images of one without her consent. The term private act is defined, and the punishment for the first conviction include imprisonment for not less than 1 year and extend to 3 years, along with fine. Subsequent conviction carries a higher penalty of imprisonment for not less than 3 years and up to 7 years, along with fine. Section 78 BNS. The section addresses offences of stalking committed by a person involving repeated attempts to for foster personal interaction with a woman, a desire despite a clear disinterest or a monitoring her electronic communication. Stalking is punishable with imprisonment up to 3 years and fine for first conviction. And for subsequent conviction, the imprisonment terms may extend to 5 years along with fine. The exceptions are provided if the conduct is for preventing crime, complying with the law, or is deemed reasonable and justified in particular circumstances. Section 79 BNS. The section pertains to intending to insult the modesty of a woman through words, modesty of woman through sounds, modesty of woman through gestures, or modesty of through exhibiting objects with the intention that they are seen or heard by a woman. Punishment for these offences include simple imprisonment for up to 3 years and fine. The section also covered intruding intrusion upon the privacy of the woman. New provision of section 75 sexual harassment define the offenses of sexual harassment or explained on the act constituting sexual harassment and the corresponding penalties. BNS introduced a gender neutral provision relating to assault, use of criminal voice, and voyeurism. In section 76 of 76, voyeurism. Section 96 changes to section 366A of IPC. The BNS replaced the word minor girl with child. In section 96, it covers both male and female below the age 18. Section 135 kidnapping of all girls makes the kidnapping of all girls below 18 years offenses. It emphasizes the broader protection extend to all children. Section 137 changes to section 361 of APC. Expand the scope of include the kidnapping of all children below 18 years as offensive. Section 361 criminalize kidnapping of girls below the age of 18 years along the kidnapping of boys under 16. Section 135 BNS proposes to make kidnapping of all children below 18 years of age as an offense. Section 141 gender neutral important offense. This has made an offense of importing individual from foreign countries. Gender neutral is replaced the word importation of girl with the importation of boy or girl, broaden the scope.